Before light remembered its name, darkness breathed slowly across an endless ocean. A sleeping presence drifted upon infinity, cradled by the timeless serpent Ananta. From that stillness, a lotus lifted, shimmering between dreaming silence and awakening skies. Within its heart, a question blossomed gently. Who am I becoming, again forever? The ocean answered with breath, inviting the cosmos to inhale its first memory. With that breath, beginnings found shape, Trimurti, and vigilant eyes opened across nowhere. Vishnu rested on waters profound, steadied by Ananta's 1,000 patient jeweled crowns. From Vishnu's navel, a golden stem rose, searching above the silent waves. A lotus unfolded slowly, petals catching constellations like newborn, reluctant stars overhead. Upon that throne, Brahma awakened, blinking dawn across unclaimed horizons and distances. His first thought rippled outward, carving rivers where no faithful shores existed. His second thought divided heights, scripting distances between shadow, breath, and listening light. Brahma spoke Om, and reality separated gently like threads of woven night. 3 vibrations formed there, A opening, U sustaining, M returning everything homeward. The sea fell hushed, Vishnu dreamed onward, preserving the script from unraveling. Across the waters, fire rehearsed its dance, waiting purpose to finally arrive. Before existence, neither being nor non-being troubled the featureless silent expanse. No sky, no earth, only waters unknown, warmed by unseen elemental will. Something yearned within nothingness, a spark courting witness in completely formless dark. The Nameless One inhaled deeply, and measureless time folded upon itself. Silence arranged a cradle for sound, then sound proposed possible worlds bravely. From that proposal, directions grew, and distance learned to carry meaning. A single pulse gathered courage, testing shapes until wonder finally persisted. Names emerged like birds, skimming waters reflecting far and future mountains. With names awakening, memory shaped a corridor where creation could walk. Purusha rose colossal, spanning horizons, a body of hymns and possibilities. He offered himself to himself, so worlds could borrow bones and breath. From his mouth came language, kindling rituals, treaties, and luminous sacred songs. His arms became guardians, holding thunder away from fragile, tender beginnings. His thighs birthed harvests, bargaining patiently with seasons for abundant returns. His feet pressed paths into clay, teaching travelers how journeys continue. Stars learned discipline from his ribs, oceans borrowed gravity from his heart. From his gaze, justice sharpened, dividing hunger from grasping and greedy appetite. Purusha dissolved smiling, certain the pieces would remember being whole. Flint kissed breath. Agni leapt laughing, painting darkness with urgent, faithful embers. Varuna unsealed abysses, instructing tides to bow, then rise unwaveringly. Vayu threaded corridors unseen, braiding whispers into storms and destinies. Surya hoisted a burning wheel, turning mornings into promises kept faithfully. Indra tested thunder, shattering doubts clinging like stubborn mountain frost. Rivers negotiated with stones, forests rehearsed greenness upon attentive hillsides. Mountains remembered weight, valleys learned the grammar of sheltering life. Every element pledged restraint, trading fury for balance and measured rhythm. In that treaty, harmony hummed, awaiting challengers brave enough to sing. Vishnu measured worlds gently, stepping sunrise across newborn corridors of blue. His second stride steadied noon, fastening commerce between hunger and harvest. His final stride gathered dusk, promising sleep without surrendering tomorrow. Between those steps, time domesticated chaos, grooming tempests into useful rain. Where his footprints lingered, civilizations practiced kindness, discipline, and remembered songs. Farmers timed their hopes to his shadow, migrating with faithful constellations. Travelers drank from his milestones, discovering home exactly where journeys ended. Children learned patience, watching horizons swallow suns without swallowing hope. Clouds clenched their fists. Rudra arrived howling, fragrance of forests and lightning. He frightened sickness away, then taught healers patience sharper than iron. His arrows were warnings, his blessings, medicines carefully disguised as storms. Rudra's laughter shattered pride, leaving space for seeds to listen. Where he walked, old skins cracked, freeing futures trapped in victories. From Rudra's quiet, a gentler name emerged, promising transformation without cruelty. Shiva waited inside thunder, a dancer rehearsing endings into luminous beginnings. Now 3 melodies braided, creation, preservation, dissolution, one breath repeating wisely. Brahma drafted constellations, Vishnu guarded rhythms, Shiva rehearsed compassionate fires. Their consensus tuned gravity, ethics learned tempo, cities dreamed more carefully. Every vow they kept echoed onward, binding tempests to compassionate restraint. Forgetting one melody invites famine, forgetting two melodies invites oblivion. Together they balanced hunger and history, recalling oceans to respect shores. Together they licensed mountains to stand firm without punishing wandering winds. The gods agreed, power without balance becomes louder, repeated failure. Lotus pollen drifted like calendars, promising festivals still unnamed by tongues. Brahma listened closely. Each speck carried blueprints for unbuilt kindness. Vishnu blinked once, sailors found stars arranging paths toward safer harbors. Shiva exhaled. Rusted swords forgot anger, returning peacefully to patient plows. Above them, heavenly cities assembled, terraces flowering with disciplined, immortal light. Celestial rivers braided silver stairways around patient, hovering mountains serene. Gardens rehearsed eternity, instructing dew to sparkle with measured humility. Choirs without bodies tuned chords until dawn agreed politely to arrive. Agni warmed artisans, teaching metals to remember courage without arrogance. Varuna judged contracts between clouds and fields, rewarding honesty with rain. Vayu escorted prayers upward, then returned bearing unanticipated generous answers. Surya wrote calendars on rooftops, guaranteeing reunions after seasons of labor. Indra negotiated thunderheads, prioritizing harvests over spectacular and costly theatrics. Rivers carried news gently, translating avalanches into patient, fertile deltas. Forests mentored villages, explaining generosity through shade and seasonless birdsong. Cities practiced humility, carving windows wide enough to host wandering winds. Trimurti watched kindly, allowing improvisation while protecting unbreakable cosmic measures. Brahma revised blueprints cautiously, correcting bridges where desire outweighed wisdom. Vishnu folded errors safely, encouraging lessons to sprout instead of scars. Shiva rehearsed forgiveness, burning bitterness, leaving fertile soil for reconciliations. Their governance avoided spectacle, quiet victories multiplied without demanding monuments. Children practiced gratitude nightly, counting constellations like patient luminous beads. Farmers blessed thresholds, trusting rains to remember promised and sacred appointments. Nomads mapped kindness, proving hospitality travels farther than stubborn borders. When questions returned, Trimurti answered softly, preferring parables over thunder. Purusha's memory visited, reminding fragments why belonging never harms freedom. Vishnu closed one eye, twilight escorted labor safely toward hearths. Brahma closed one book, waiting myths breathed beside patient lanterns. Shiva lowered his drum, echoes folded lovingly into sleeping villages. Above, the lotus inhaled starlight, refilling petals for tomorrow's dawn. At the horizon's edge, a whisper promised, balance survives fear and loudness. A distant pillar of light flickered, measuring pride against humility's endurance. Brahma glanced upward, curiosity braided gracefully with caution across thoughtful brows. Vishnu listened deeper, the ocean confessed histories not yet safely resolved. Shiva smiled faintly. Every ending knows beginnings will request honest negotiations. Trimurti breathed together, synchronizing calendars across villages, temples, deserts, palaces. The gods stepped backward gently, leaving mortals courage to manage mornings. Yet their footprints glowed, a map reminding power to serve humbly. When darkness asked again, light answered softly, arriving without violence or vanity. Om lingered, 3 notes circling, promising return whenever questions demanded company. Lotus petals closed, storing blueprints where silence nurses unborn harmonies. Vishnu slept again, guarding possibilities like seeds beneath patient winter. The ocean kept breathing, an orchestra rehearsing tomorrows with tireless restraint. Brahma dreamed revisions, kinder geographies, and braver bridges between strangers. Shiva traced constellations, blessing endings that dignify ordinary, courageous lives. Thus the first chapter settled, preparing hearts for tempered contests and wisdom. Until then, let balance stand watch, a lantern before unpredictable weather. Morning will return, wearing names we compose kindly beneath stewarded constellations. Between heartbeats, myths rehearse courage, welcoming ordinary lives, extraordinary responsibilities. May every threshold remember generosity, every journey protects strangers becoming friends. When storms gather, recall Trimurti's cadence, urgency balanced with patience, mercy. Let villages plant gratitude, harvesting seasons that answer faithfully without loudness. Carry these beginnings carefully. Origins are lanterns guiding imperfect, determined travelers. Follow the Geneseek channel and watch Episode 2, The War of the Gods.